Good morning, Wednesday morning, third day in a row that I'm vlogging. That's got to be a first for the past year and a half at least. Heading now to Tel Aviv for a marathon of meetings in Sarona, starting from Keshet, an organization, a non-profit organization I've recently joined that's a donors fund for kind of all the recent founders that made exits in Israel to be able to donate. And then only later can they decide where their donation goes. It's kind of a cool organization. Share more later. And then back-to-back meetings, including an investor that was introduced to me via Shaul Nakash, who is one of my favorite human beings on earth. And several other meetings throughout the day. It's going to be awesome. Tonight, I'm speaking to Clark Valberg, the CEO of Envision, who is genuinely one of the smartest CEOs that I know. A mensch, an amazing guy, a mentor, rabbi. Just I love the guy. Later on, a game show with Jewish celebrities that Mayor K asked me to join in on. It's going to be a crazy day. Super pumped. Let's do this. Made it to Tel Aviv, found parking, and here's something that doesn't happen often. I parked there. There's also parking over there. I got to choose a parking spot. Look at this. Wow, so many choices. That like never happens. It's impossible to get parking in a city, but that was a very, very, very good parking spot. I'm 2 minutes away from Sarona, and I'm gonna pay like 5 shekel instead of like 80 shekel in a parking lot. So happy Hillel. All right, let's go to Biga Cafe to meet Keshet. So I finished my first meeting with Noah from Keshet, but she refused to go on camera. No one's perfect. And now I'm meeting with this guy, Ido Adulami, right?
Gonna sell.
Why do I say Adulami?
I don't know.
I know why I say Adulami. I know why.
Why?
Because the guy at Uber, his name is Ido Adulami. The guy who runs
right.
Uber Israel.
I know it, yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying Adulami. All right, fine. Anyway, Ido
I can be
Ginosau.
Adulamini if you want.
I don't know. It's weird. I'm like, I need more coffee. Anyway, okay, Ido Ginosau. So we've spoken a few times in the last couple of months, and I can actually say for almost the first time ever, you are building a startup with an idea that I don't know anyone else has thought of. Like I tell entrepreneurs all the time, like your idea is not important. Nobody comes up with creative ideas anymore, but your idea is actually creative. I'm going to pitch it for you.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about your background a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
So, whoever you are watching this right now, when was the last time you walked by a skyscraper, a big, tall building, and saw someone cleaning the windows? A human being up 50 stories on some kind of crazy machine cleaning windows. Number one, people are dying like flies in the construction world. Number two, how primitive is that? And number three, that scenario of a person on 50 stories up cleaning a window has not changed forever. It's the way it was in 1900. It's the way it is in 2021. Meanwhile, we have autonomous cars, autonomous drones, AI, machine learning, and we have people freaking cleaning windows. Insane. What do you do?
So yeah, as you said, nothing has changed over the last 100 years, and I think the thing that blow my mind the most is that I saw some article from the New York Times from a few years ago where they posted the images from the 50s and 60s, and it's
Same thing. It's crazy.
Nothing changed.
It's crazy.
Still, look at it as Israeli Sarona. Look what a beautiful building. Still, a human being are cleaning it is building.
It's so crazy. And
So
it's super dangerous.
It's super dangerous. There's thousands of accidents per year, and it's not just
Every
that.
time I turn on the news, I hear another person died in the construction.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just that. Because of the sharing economy and companies like Uber,
Yeah.
the people that used to do this job now turning to other places to make their money. So the training to get people to do it, it's super, super difficult. And today people rather go to be an Uber driver or to do deliveries or whatever it is, just to bring the money home.
Right.
So this is another reason. It's a very difficult profession to do it. It's dangerous, as you said. It's super, super complex.
Right.
And what we're doing today...
And it's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary because we have technology that can do this. It's like, I'm not going to get into this conversation, but it's like phone calls. Like, why would someone pick a phone call today? Text. We have technology. Text someone, email them. They'll call you back on your. Why you call? It's just like we have the technology. Use it, right? All right. So what are you doing? What are you building?
So I came up with the value solution before I had the technical solution. We used our network, and I talked with all of the leading real estate developers and facility management companies and hotels to really understand the values of their facade, of the windows to be clean.
Right.
And I understand it's super important. And I understand that it's important for people to have the cleaning, the window cleaning, and especially for the hospitality world. I mean, look at the hotels. I talk with the hotel owners around the world. They clean it only one time a year because of the privacy issues.
Seriously?
Think about it.
Wow.
Think about the fact that you're now paying like $200, $300 for a night in the hotel, and suddenly someone is
think about that.
thinking in your
Incredible. So I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to Shaul Nakash, who I told you owns the Electra building, but he also owns the Tetavi hotels.
Yeah.
He's amazing. So just give me your background a little bit.
So my background. So in the last year and a half, I work in one of the leading construction company in Israel. We've built most of the building that we see around us here.
Yep.
We're doing the envelope of the building, the facade, A to Z. And prior to that, I was in the SaaS world of Israel. I worked at Site AI. They
Love that company. Love that company.
Visual AI, search engine, working with the top retailers and e-commerce around the world. I was there for a year and a half. Enterprise sale, partnerships, the whole shebang of account executive in Israel.
Yep.
And before that, I was at Bring for almost 4 years.
Amazing company.
Bring was best adventure in my life.
Amazing company.
Most of the people that I'm in touch today in my life today are people that I work with.
Shout out to Aryeh Alsho.
Aryeh the King. At Bring, I was actually, I think, the 10 employees, something like that, and I left when there were like 120 people.
Buy your options?
Of course. I started as a support, knowing nothing, and eventually I climbed the ladder of
Love it.
the
Amazing
startup.
company. Amazing. Yeah.
Success, sales, I was the first AE. Every milestone of sales, I was in charge of it because I was the first one over there. And before that, I was in the hospitality world. I managed bars and restaurants in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So nice.
Quite a background. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So right now you're pretty early stage. You have, you have some, let's call it visual prototypes that I can see what this thing is, and you have tons of connections with tons of buildings right now that signed LOIs.
Working on
right?
LOI, yeah. We have a few also facility management companies and a lot of strategic partnership that we're working on, because I know that for this kind of project, this will be one of the most important ingredients.
Okay, and soon you'll be raising capital. Right now you're bootstrapped.
Yeah.
Soon you'll be raising capital. I mean, it's hardware, so it's a little more expensive than just an app. But you need, strategic money, and you need it fast so you can build this thing. So if you're an investor watching this, ping the guy.
Press the link. No, I'm kidding, there's no link.
What's your website? You have a website yet or not?
No, not yet.
So what's the best way to contact you if someone wants to contact you? What's your email?
My email is genosar123 at gmail.com.
So GENOSAR
SAR 123
at gmail.com. All right, Joseph, put his email right there. Folks, if you want more information, want to help in any way, whether it's an investor, whatever it may be, ping this guy. I think it's super cool. How do we even connect? How do you find me? I don't even remember.
Oh, I hunted you on Instagram. I thought it will be the most original way to reach out to you, because
thinking out of the box. It's going to help you in your entrepreneurial.
I think this is one of the advantages, because I used to do sales, cold calling, cold emailing. You need to hack the way to reach to the right people, even today.
We should talk about that in our second interview. Anyway, dude, super awesome. Anything I can do to help, let me know. And yeah, let's be in touch, man. Seriously, like, when you do go raise capital, I'm happy to make intros. When you're ready to launch, you need press, I'm happy to help, whatever it may be. We'll continue this dialogue.
Yeah, see you in the next episode.
Thanks, dude. Paid a little visit to the local Apple store here to get a new case for my iPhone 12 Pro Max, because it's all falling apart. It's not falling apart, but I'll show you what it looks like. This is the thing. It has this thing on the side here. You see those scratches? I don't like it. But I always love coming to the Apple store. What's your name?
Gilad.
Gilad, what's your role in the organization?
I'm the CEO.
CEO. What is Tetavi, like on one foot, as they say?
So we do 3D videos, but real 3D. Videos that have volume, that's why it's called volumetric video. And it started by being Theta Vision, and then they decided it's not catchy enough and ended up with Tetavi.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll talk more upstairs. Welcome to Tetavi HQ.
Yeah.
After you, please.
So the interesting part here is, or the interesting bit is the studio.
Right.
This is the development studio that we have. So there are a lot of things here that are relevant for customers.
Whoa! Whoa! What is this?
When we do captures, because we have a very, very short exposure time, we are as bright as the sun.
This is awesome lighting. Holy crap! I should come here to do all my videos.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the system itself is 4 of these. This is the depth camera that we developed on our own. It's made out of off-the-shelf components, but the stitching is ours and the algorithm is ours.
And what's the...
Shirley, by the way, working there is the head of algorithms.
Hi, Shirley.
She's in charge of
Nice to meet you. What's the, like, explain the business. What's the target audience here?
The business is more complicated than the studio. The target audience here, or what Tetavi is about, is bringing immersive content production to user-generated content markets.
Okay.
So, and...
But it's not like VR or anything like that. It's just
It can be
3D.
VR, AR, special effects movies, anything that you want, that you can do with 3D assets. Because essentially what we do here in the studio, we do it with the professional system and a professional level, and I'll show you the results in a while. But we are also now developing the capability of doing all of this from a mobile phone, any mobile phone. You don't need even the Apple.
But it's a very saturated space, right? It's a really saturated space.
Not the capability of doing real live human motion in 3D from 2D.
Okay, but who is the who is using this platform? Like, who's your target? It's not consumers, is it?
It spans over time. So today we're working mainly with brands and IP holders to allow them to create 3D experience for their audiences.
Right.
So you can take anything from, imagine a football league where we film all the players, they can then take it and sell it as additional broadcast rights to augment broadcast, they can sell it to advertisers for AR campaigns.
Do you work with Kaltura?
They can NFT it.
Do you work with Kaltura at all?
So no, we don't work with them, although it's funny. Safi's wife works there, and they're here in the building.
Oh, Kaltura's here?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go sit. Let's go schmooze. Yeah. This is awesome. Wow. Super cool. All right, now we're gonna do some heavy geeking out. Look at this room. What is this place?
And the scary machines are in the back.
Oh yeah? All right, so what am I looking at?
So we're looking at an NVIDIA DGX 100, which is now I think the most powerful machine out there to number crunch AI and deep learning.
How much does that computer cost?
This specific one, well, I can't tell you exactly what they gave us for, but this one is around $80,000. $80,000. We have another one on the way, and then another one after that.
Jeez Louise.
So, yeah, and it generates here like heat, like a small oven.
Jeez
so
Louise.
that's why the air conditioning here is.
I think. You know why I love this company? Because they're a man after my heart. Look what he ordered.
Huh?
He got me some Memphis. So one of the things that I talk about all the time is when people ask me, you see a lot of tech, you see a lot of startups, what's the thing that's most exciting to you? There are 2 things that I'm most excited by. One, drones. No secret to anyone. I think that drones illustrates how far we've come technologically more than almost anything. And we talked about this many times, I'm gonna leave that alone. The second thing that most excites me is the world of human-computer interaction, how we interact with our computer, because now we're using a mouse and this thing. We're walking around like this stupid piece of glass. There's gotta be a better way. We're going to interact with our computers and with our devices in a much more immersive way. But for that, we need immersive content. Now, we know that there are many professional ways to create content in 3D and in AR and all the things, but what about user-generated content? What happens if, instead of taking a stupid picture of a person, I want it to be 3D, I want it to be immersive? Well, meet this guy. Who are you? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Gilad Talmon.
Gilad Talmon. So we're not going to talk about your background because let's just say you're not allowed to talk about your background. Enough said. But he has quite the background. Okay, so you're the CEO of this company, which is called?
This company is called Tetavi.
Tetavi. Can you give me like a 1-second overview of what the heck Tetavi means? You don't want to go there.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. It starts with, it's a complicated way of describing 3D vision.
Okay, so before you tell me what this company does, allow me to tell you what I just experienced. I stood behind the camera against the wall and I just moved my arms. He took a video of me with his iPhone Within about 20 minutes, he sent me a file that was fully 3D immersive content of me standing on that wall, and like that. Think about, all of these platforms on which we consume content today, whatever, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, TikTok, any of them, Snapchat, they're all the same type of content we had forever. They're just flat, static, regular content. Why can't that content be immersive? Why can't that content be 3D, AR, VR, the works? Well, that's what these guys do. Is that okay? All right, just give me the overview in terms of the business, the company, the investors. Just give me like the whole spiel.
So Tetavi started a few years back with the intention of making immersive content commonplace, democratizing it.
Right.
And
one of my favorite words, by the way, democratizing. It's a great word.
Yeah, I like it. Surprisingly, I like it. It really describes the process of giving anyone the capability of doing something and influencing something, and that's what we were about. We started with the professional studio that we have back here, and we visited earlier, that allowed us to create high-end, real immersive content for brands and music and the IP holders. But most content, if you look at the world around us, most content is generated by you, me, our family, my daughter.
This thing.
Yeah, the mobile phone. And
it's like when sorry to interrupt you, but when someone says to me, "Can you send it from your computer?" I'm like, "But how am I supposed to get it to my computer?" It's like everything's on my phone. I literally, by the way, just so you know, I have a MacBook Pro. I literally only open it when I'm transferring 4K videos from my drone or from my camera to like somewhere else. All my work, Excel, press releases, everything here. Everything.
And the future is not there. If you look at the future, look what every big tech company is doing now.
Glasses.
Everything is glasses.
Right.
Glasses, and there's even Mojo Vision, which are doing something which will be really game changer.
Apple's doing glasses, Google's doing glasses, Facebook's doing glasses.
Samsung, Niantic now.
Samsung announced that they're doing glasses?
Yeah, they announced it. Yeah. All of them doing. Yeah, you have the smaller ones, the Magic Leap, you have Unreal, you have a gazillion startups working around it, because if you come, speaking about my background, so some of my background, I come from the world of military aviation. Pilots they're living in an immersive world for ages now.
Yeah.
They get everything on their visor.
Yeah.
Imagine how easy life would be, and if we just had, they're calling it the metaverse.
Yeah.
The capability of interfacing with computers in a world which starts in the real world, moves through mixed reality and goes all the way to virtual reality, and each of them has their own role in the way that we live and the way that we communicate.
Amazing.
And the only problem, or the main problem that's out there today is content.
Right.
Because professional content is expensive to make, and it's very limiting in what you can make. And once you bridge the gap and you let the consumers generate their own content, you solve it. Look at I always use my 14-year-old daughter as an example. She's much more tech savvy than I am, and it's reasonable, because when I was out playing marbles at her age, she's already on the computer, laptop, Apple TV.
I embarrass my kids that I'm on TikTok, but I love TikTok. I love it. I could sit on TikTok for hours swiping. It's so much entertaining content. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, but really, think about it, they're so tech savvy, and what enables them to do that is because they find it as a form of self-expression. And if you look, especially, by the way, it started before COVID, but I think that COVID really accelerated the process. Even the social networks are moving slowly into Minecraft and Roblox and the gamified 3D worlds, Fortnite. If you go into, again, my daughter's room now, what usually will happen is you'll have house party open, and then the kids come in and out, and from all around the world. It's amazing. When we were kids, we didn't have friends from around the world. She has friends everywhere.
You know house parties is Israeli, right?
Yeah, I know. And then you have either they're doing Fortnite, or they're doing TikTok, and they're exchanging experiences, and they're filming. And she now did one of her first broadcasts in Twitch, and it's amazing to see the type of feedback that she got, because as a parent, one of the things that I was really worried about, all the digital world and what kind of feedback,
bullying and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So not only did she get bullying, she got advice that me as somebody that deals with video professionally, and I looked at her and said, these kids really know what they're doing.
Right.
They comments about lighting and comments about if you do the content, maybe it's better to start this way or that way.
Right.
They're becoming a whole new generation that is very content savvy, very production savvy.
Right.
They want to create. And they want to create and immerse themselves in the creation. Today they can do it really, really well, and I think that if you look at Snap and TikTok mainly, they're doing an amazing job in making that happen, and Twitch and Facebook and all of them. But it's not immersive. they can't be in Roblox.
Can I, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to keep it for ADD optimized. I'll keep it short. But could you show me the demo you showed me with the boxer? I want to show it. Let's see if it comes out on camera. So this is AR. So you point your phone somewhere, and basically it layers another type of another reality on top of real world. So VR, just to be clear, VR is you put on a headset and you're in a different reality. AR is augmented reality. It augments on the real world, right? Mixed reality, which was Magic Leap, is a mixture of the both, and you're interacting with things that are virtual. You don't know what's real, what's not real. It's wild. Can we do it though? Can we show it, or is there a way to show it on the camera? So crazy. You're gonna see this is wild. Watch this. You're not gonna believe this.
And here she is standing here on the wall.
Oh, we can't. No.
No, just a bit down. Here she is.
Can you see? Oh yeah, you can see. Okay, so yeah. So can I make her bigger? You make her bigger?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now look how realistic this is. Holy, where did she go? There she is. Look how realistic she is. Look at that. You're telling me you took this in your studio?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, look at that. Look how real that is. And it's pointing at the wall. This kickboxer is on the wall. It's wild. It's crazy stuff. Anyway, all right, so just give me like 2 minutes about the company. How many people work here? Who are your investors? How much you raise? What's the future? Talk to me like 2 minutes.
So up to now we raised $15 million. 15, 1-5.
Okay.
From the institutionals, our crowd is invested in us. RedDS, it's a New York Canadian fund that invests in deep learning.
Right.
Pixvine, it's a Singaporean fund that does early stage, and Asia Alpha, same type of fund based out of the US, early stage. Our two main angels are Mark Rohn and Aaron Stone. Mark Rohn, one of the founders and the current CEO of Apollo Global. He's invested privately though, and a few other smaller investors.
How many people work here?
So 35 people work here.
And you
it's important, we are 35 people, so 30 of them work here, another 4 work in the US, and then we have 1 person in Tokyo as well.
Awesome. Never been to Tokyo, I wish I was. In terms of timeline of the company, your product, mobile app that's going to be able to generate this content will be in the next year or so? When are you going to release it?
So we're going to release a very limited alpha just to kind of market test and work with some partners, right. And we're going to release that this half of the year, so it's going to be May, and we're planning a public beta in the beginning of next year.
Love it. If someone's watching this, whether it's an investor, a potential partner, whatever it may be, and they want to learn more, what's the website?
It's Tetavi, Tetavi.com.
And if someone wants to contact you, are you okay giving your email? You prefer not to?
No, I'm fine. My email is, again, simple. It's Gilad, Gilad, @Tetavi.com.
Awesome. Listen, my mind is blown. I don't say that very often. I say it sometimes, but not very often. Last time I said that was about Magic Leap, and that blew my mind. This is also pretty mind-blowing. Anything I can do to help? You know where to find me. I love it. And obviously, the potential here is quite literally endless. There's no limit to what you can do here.
It's the future of video.
100%. Love it, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Whenever I come to Tel Aviv, the guys at Mint let me park in their office, which is super awesome. I have not been on Rothschild Boulevard, I think, since the beginning of the pandemic. One of my favorite places. Endless tech companies on the street, endless VCs on the street. Big fan. What a day today was. What a day. Super awesome. I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you next week.